Jambo, that means hello. And you'll definitely want to know that if you're traveling to Africa. My name is Melissa Shank, and on behalf of Expert Village, today we're going to talk about some things you'll want to know before traveling to Africa and also how to survive in the African wilderness. Before traveling to Africa, it's always a good idea to talk about the dangers of traveling to Africa. Now, you don't face any more danger traveling to Africa than in any other parts of the world. Petty theft is probably the most common crime if you're likely to come across any when visiting Africa. As a tourist, of course, with cameras and cash, you just have to be careful. Now, violent muggings are quite rare. For most of the African countries, I would have to say areas like Nairobi, Johannesburg, Dakar, and Lagos would be probably the most notorious for violent crimes. But especially if you're in the African wilderness, these are things that you don't normally have to worry about. But to get to the African wilderness, you're going to have to pass through some of the main cities. For instance, if you're in Uganda, that would be Kampala. And when I was in Africa, I did experience some degrees of crime. So you just have to be careful and you have to be smart about what you're doing. When we were in Africa, we had some mountain bikes stolen by some of our drivers. So you have to you really have to know who you're dealing with. And it's a good idea, especially when going to Africa, if you can make a connection with someone over there, someone that could be your translator. You may pay them for that, but it really is a good idea to be surrounded by someone that speaks another language, and also not to go by yourself. Very important. Travel with at least someone, but when traveling, especially to somewhere in the African wilderness, it's a good idea to have a team of people, a couple of people, at least 2, 3, 4, 5. As I said in earlier clips, when I went to Africa, we traveled with about 12 people. And in the end, some of those people left a bit earlier, but we still had about 2 to 4 people with us at all times. Safety is of utmost importance, and when you're traveling to a remote country like Africa, safety needs to be number one.